Legendary.
I risk it all just to reach these heights. I can never let them dim these lights. I grind sunrise through street lights. Ain't a speck of fear in these eyes. You couldn't take a step in these mics. Never slipping, cause every single day another star is born. Lord had mercy, then Rashad was born. Code name Yoda, all around scorer. Originator of the snapback crossover. Sports talk show 2319. Putting the unseen in that ultralight beam. Analytic like a mathematician. Mad prediction of players, draft positions. If you can't tune in, set the DVR. He set with Skip, Hurd, and Chris Broussard. The focus is hoops, known and unnotables too. Welcome to the hottest show without further ado. Shot.
Welcome to Sports Talk 2319. I am your host, Rashad Phillips. It's season 2, episode 1, and I'm bringing you the top 20 mid-major players in all of the country. And you know, I got players for you. Let's go! Before we get into the top 20 mid-major players in the country, I want to clarify some things. When I use the word mid-major, I'm referring to the actual school, not the player. We're talking about high major players at mid-major schools. So let me give you the top players that go to mid-major schools in the country. Coming in at number 20 is Holy Cross's 6'8", 250-pound power forward, Jahiva Floyd. I have Jahiva on the phone now. Welcome to Sports Talk 2319, Jahiva.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having me. Definitely consider me on the list.
This is what I want to talk about first and foremost. The previous year, you averaged 2 points a game in only 12 minutes. And you follow that up last season by averaging 12 points a game, 6 rebounds, leading the Patriot League in block shots with 2.2, and you were 4th in the country in field goal percentage. I want to know what got into you and what made you change your mindset in going into that season and having those fantastic statistics.
First, I just want to say, I was focusing on like the little things. Definitely going back to the fundamentals. Like I felt like I wanted to play a bigger role my sophomore year, but that wasn't the case. So I knew drifting the spot was there for me to take. So I felt like definitely learn how to work hard on the off season, focus on the things I can do to help the team. And I saw every day I saw the progress, and I trusted the process definitely, and I fell in love with the process as I was going.
I can see that because watching you on film, you got great timing. You're the ultimate teammate. You finish well in traffic, and it's obvious that you can make shots around the basket. You were 4th in the country in that. What are you looking forward to going into this season from an individual standpoint and from a team standpoint? Because I really love watching you guys play over there at Holy Cross.
Yeah, definitely. First, for the team standpoint, we try to win a championship. We felt like last year we came together at the end of the year. We feel like we left it out there, but we got unfinished business. So the championship is definitely our goal. Regular season championship, conference championship. That's the goal. We have the pieces this year. We got like 1 year under our belt as a collective squad. So I think definitely that's a goal for us team-wise. Individually, you know, I know I'm gonna be a defensive player of the year again. Like that's just what I pride myself on defense. But being the player of the year is definitely my individual goal.
I just really believe that can happen. Like I said before, I love watching you guys play. And again, continue to work hard, continue to be that anchor on defense, and things will play out the way they should. Jahiva, thanks for joining me at Sports Talk 2319.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate
it. Coming in at number 19, Justin James, 6'6" combo guard from Port St. Lucie, Florida, Wyoming University. This kid is fantastic in open court, great on both sides of the ball. I really love him in transition, but he plays both guard positions. Look for Justin James to have Wyoming in the mix of things in the Mountain West Conference. At number 18, Matt Morgan, 6'2" combo guard for the Cornell Big Red. This kid is instant grits. He heats up quick and he delivers. The Ivy League has a pro on their hands. Matt Morgan is the guy. Coming in at number 17, Devontae Caycock, 6'9", UNC Wilmington. I use my 3 E's to describe this kid. Energetic, effort, and efficient. One of the top rebounders in all of the nation last season and one of the top field goal percentage makers. Look for Devontae to duplicate what he did last season. Coming in at number 16, Eric Williams Jr., 6'6" do-it-all player out of Duquesne University. This kid is a positionless type of hybrid type of player, can play multiple positions on the floor, runs, rebounds, scores, shoots, defends. He does it all. Duquesne has a superstar on their hands. At number 15, James Thompson, center, 6'11", out of Eastern Michigan. This kid epitomizes the post play position, and if you're looking for a back to the basket player, look no further than James Thompson. Last year, tops in the nation in rebounds, second in field goal percentage. This kid is fantastic and he's fun to watch. At number 14, Montana State's Tyler Hall. I spoke about him last year. This is a prototypical shooting guard. He was hobbled a little bit with that ankle, but look for Tyler Hall this season to explode once again like he had his sophomore year. At number 13, 5'9" point guard Chris Clemens. Campbell University's greatest player returns this season with a chip on his shoulder. That rare combination of power and speed at his size is the reason why he puts up big numbers in a stylish fashion. Stay tuned for Chris Clemens. Coming in at number 12, one of my personal favorites, Max Heidegger from Santa Barbara. Max, welcome to Sports Talk 2319.
Thank you so much for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Max, last season, you averaged 19 points. You were second in the Big West in scoring. Your team had a fantastic season. Tell me about your improvement from the previous season to last year.
I mean, for me personally, it was just a lot of hard work and also, you know, I had a lot of injuries, stuff like that in high school and in my freshman year of college. So it was about kind of putting that healthy season together and then just a ton of hard work. But, you know, I was happy to see it pay off. And, you know, as I'm staying healthy and working out more and more, I feel like I'm even better for next year. So I'm excited.
I'm so excited to watch you guys as a team play this year. I watched you guys all last year, and I just saw you guys continue to improve and improve. What is that unit doing to get better going into this season? What's your mindset?
So, I mean, our mindset is to go to the tournament and obviously and win some games in there. We have a ton of talent. We got a lot of new guys, so it's all about kind of bringing them into the culture, which is happening right now. But, I mean, we had a great year last year, but I think we're way more talented this year than we were last year. It's about kind of bringing everybody into the culture that we're trying to make here at UCSB. And I think the big thing we have a lot more this year is depth. We have a lot more guys who can come in and produce. Honestly, last year our bench was a little short in terms of where you play guys. So I think just in terms of like progressive fatigue for all of our guys, it'll be a little bit better. You know, I think we're a really, really talented team, and if we put it all together, it'll be scary for our conference. And I think when we make the tournament, it could be scary.
I totally agree, and I'm excited to watch you guys play at UCSB. Hopefully, I can get over to the West Coast and physically make a game. But thank you so much, Max, for joining me at Sports Talk 2319.
Thanks for having me, Rashad. I appreciate it.
Coming in at my number 11, Jalen McDaniels, 6'10", out of San Diego State. This kid is one of those new hybrid positionless type of players that all the NBA GMs are raving about, and rightfully so. Jalen is fantastic in open space. He has a high defensive awareness. He's smart around the basket, and his offense continues to improve. This kid is worth all the praise. Are you ready for my top 10? I can't hear you. Are you ready for my top 10? Let's go! Coming in at number 10, 6'1" point guard, Clayton Custer from Loyola of Chicago. Let's just do a checklist for this kid. Winner, check. Competitor, check. Does he make his teammates better? Check. The ultimate leader, check. This kid checks off all the boxes for a high-level point guard, Clayton Custer. At number 9, Luwan Pipkins, 5'11" sophomore point guard from UMass. This kid is a tough-nosed point guard. He led the Atlantic 10 in scoring last year as a freshman. He's just a great on-ball defender. He reminds me so much of Lindsey Hunter. Look for UMass to be in the thick of things in Atlantic 10 because of this kid, Luwan Pipkins. Coming in at number 8, ooh-wee, Ja Morant from Murray State, 6'1" point guard. This kid has NBA written all over him if he continues to develop. He does a little bit of everything. He defends, he scores, he rebounds, he makes guys around him better. Ja reminds me a lot of Russell Westbrook when he was at UCLA. This kid will thrive throughout the country this season. He's the most athletic point guard in this year's class. Murray State. Enjoy Ja Morant while you can. At number 7, we have Justin Wright Foreman, 6'1" scoring guard out of Hofstra University. This kid is one of the most exciting players in all of America. Has a great feel for the game, fantastic athlete, great finisher. What I love most about this kid is that he loves to take the big shot on a big stage. Look for Justin Wright Foreman to continue that high wire act this season. At number 6, we have Caleb Martin, 6'7" swing man out of Nevada. This kid has an NBA type of one-on-one game. He's prototypical. He's a great jump shooter. Last season, he shot 40% from the 3 while connected on 100 3-point made, and he led Nevada to an NCAA tournament appearance. Look for Caleb to duplicate the same thing that he did last year. I really love this kid's ability. Coming in at number 5, DeMarcus Simons, 6'5" point guard from Georgia State. This kid is must-see TV. He's one of those prototypical point guards that the NBA craves for. He's explosive in the lane. He's big, he's quick, he has a tremendous first step. He gets around anybody he wants to when he gets in the lane. I'm telling you right now, this kid is one of my personal favorites to watch play. And when you turn on the channel, you won't be disappointed. Trust me. Coming in at number 4, Fletcher McGee out of Wofford, 6'4" shooting guard. Fletcher is the best jump shooter in college basketball. Last year, he led the nation in makes, shooting 44%. He was tops in the country in free throw percentage at 90%, and he was 17th in the nation in scoring. This kid can hit on-balance shots, off-balance shots. This is a premier NBA jump shooter. If you insert Fletcher on any of the 30 NBA teams, he will be top 3 in shooting on all those teams except the Golden State Warriors. Curry, Clay, Durant, and then Fletcher. You get my drift. Coming in at my number 3 spot, point guard John Elmore, 6'3", Marshall University. Last season, only 3 point guards led their conferences in scoring and assists. R.J. Cole, Howard University, Trae Young, Oklahoma, and John Elmore. This kid is the best pick and roll point guard in all of the country. He has a fantastic IQ. He makes guys around him better. He's great in transition. He has an array of finishing moves, and he has an extended range on his jump shot, and he makes big play after big play. He led Marshall last year to an NCAA berth in a win over Wichita State, which was led by NBA point guard Landry Shamet. John Elmore is an NBA point guard. Don't let the look fool you. You've been warned. Coming in at number 2, Davidson's shooting guard extraordinaire, Kellen Grady. I cannot stop raving about this kid. Kellen is a top first-round pick. I believe he's a top 10 pick. He moves well without the ball. He has a tremendous first step. He's a great scorer. He's efficient. He's patient. The more I watch him on film, the more I see Klay Thompson. I even have to wipe my eyes sometimes and do a double take. I really love this kid's game. This might be Kellen's last season in a Davidson uniform. Coming in at my number 1 spot is South Dakota State's Mike Daum. This kid is tremendous. Let me tell you about him. Mike epitomizes college basketball with his high character, great leadership, and his infectious personality. Now let's go to the basketball portion of it. Last season, Mike averaged over 20 points and 10 rebounds per game. This kid will go down as the all-time leading scorer in his school's history, amongst other records as well. He'll have NBA teams lining up to sign this 6'9" long-arm kid out of Kimball, Nebraska. Now I want to tell you guys something very important that you've never heard before, but it's coming from me on Sports Talk 2319 about Mike Daum. Put your phones down. Let's make sure this microphone's on and listen up. Mike Daum is the Christian Laettner of college basketball without the national titles. From a number standpoint, Mike has the same impact as Christian Laettner did when he was playing for Duke. Now I want you to go behind the curtains with me, and I'm gonna take you behind the numbers and dig deeper and show you why Mike Daum will eclipse Christian Laettner from a number standpoint. Follow me. From a statistical standpoint, let's look at Christian Laettner's numbers. Christian Laettner has 2,460 points, and he has 1,149 rebounds. Now let's look at Mike Daum's numbers, and he hasn't even played his senior season yet. Mike has 2,232 points and 851 rebounds. Mike only needs 298 rebounds to eclipse Christian Laettner in that category. To put that in perspective, Mike had 359 total rebounds last season. Mike only needs 228 points to pass Christian Laettner in scoring. Mike will do that before conference play. Here's another fun fact about Mike Daum. He's never shot under 40% from 3, and he's never shot under 80% from the free throw line in his entire career at South Dakota State. That's unreal. Mike Daum is college basketball's Christian Laettner. He just happens to go to South Dakota State. Now I'm hearing all of the questions. Well, he doesn't play at the high major conferences. I'm glad you guys said that to me. Let's look at last year for Mike Daum against power conferences. Against Kansas, who was number 4 in the country, Mike Dom, 21 points, 11 rebounds. Remember the Buffalo team that shut down the number 1 pick, DeAndre Ayton, in a tournament, Buffalo? Mike Dom beat that team. 34 points, 6 rebounds. How about the SEC? An Ole Miss team. Mike and his squad beat them too. The Dominator, 26 points, 7 rebounds. They played against Wichita State last year, who was number 6 in the country. Mike Dom was his usual self. 31 points, 6 rebounds. Let's go over to the Pac-12. You know, Colorado. Isn't that one of DeAndre Ayton's conference mates? Mike Dom, 37 points, 12 rebounds. Let's go to the Big Ten in the NCAA tournament last year, where Mike Dom squared off against Keita Bates, who's a first-round pick last season. Mike, just 27 points and 6 rebounds. Last season alone, Mike Dom had 6 30-point, 10-rebound games. 6 30-point, 10-rebound games. I rest my case. Right now here at Sports Talk 2319, I have 5 of the top college basketball players in all of the country. These 5 players are very special and they just made my top 10 list in mid-major players across America. We have Mike Dom.
What's up, Rashad? Thanks for having me.
Justin Wright Foreman.
How you doing? Thank you for having me.
John Elmore.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you for having me on.
Clayton Custer.
What's up, man? I appreciate you having me on.
And Fletcher McGee.
Appreciate you having me on.
Guys, let's get right into it. The question I got for you 3, this question is for Mike, Fletcher, and John, obviously. You 3 declared for the NBA draft this past summer without hiring an agent. What was some of the feedback that you got from the NBA scouts, the general managers, and what was that process like? Let's start with you, Mike.
Yeah, for me, that process was, kind of eye-opening for myself. Coming from a mid-major college, being a guy that, had the opportunity and blessing to be able to declare. The feedback I got was amazing. I was able to really work on my game this summer from the feedback I got from the front office about my body, my defense, and my offense. So everything was super positive, and it's stuff that I've been working on ever since I declared and then put my name back out.
What about you, Elmore? Tell me about the feedback that you got when you declared.
Mine was real positive. I had 3 workouts. I was in Denver, Brooklyn, and Toronto. It was fun, man. It was an eye-opening experience, but at the same time, I took a lot from it. I think I fared really well. Like how I matched up with some of the top guys across the country, some of the top guards. I think I showed that I stack up pretty well, and I was happy with it. But, a lot of it was working on your body, just getting a little quicker, more athletic here and there. But at the end of the day, it was real positive, and I was glad I did it. Ultimately, I decided it was best to go back for one more year, senior campaign, try to do some things a little bit better, and hopefully take that step again next year.
Absolutely. Fletcher, what about you? Tell me more, Fletch.
Yeah, just like everyone else, it was a great experience. I got to do 3 workouts too, with Charlotte, Boston, and LA. So yeah, in those, I felt like I did pretty good, better than others. So yeah, the feedback was mainly finding ways to work on your body, get better defensively, stronger, and then making reads better and kind of being more of a primary ball handler at that level. So I feel like it was all good stuff to work on and help me to try to add to my game this year and then in the future going forward next year.
Absolutely, and I watched all of you guys process going through that, and it was really great to just watch you three go through that process. And you know, I think all three of you made the right decision by coming back to school. I want to switch over to the Colonial Conference Player of the Year, Justin Wright Foreman out of Hofstra. Last season, 3rd in the country in scoring, right behind Trey Young and Kendrick Nunn. Justin, tell me more about what you worked on this summer in regards to help your team this season get over that hump.
I definitely worked on my body a lot. Definitely one of the things that I wanted to focus on was my strength, finishing at the basket. I had a lot of shooting reps, and one of the biggest areas that I need to cover was defense, because that's what a lot of NBA teams look for. So that's what I was really working on. And, you know, other stuff like floaters and high finishes over big men. So that's what my summer this week consists of, and seeing it in great shape.
Absolutely. You know, when I watch you on film, Justin, I just see an electrifying player. You remind me a lot of Nick Van Exel. I know that's a little bit before your time, but you need to YouTube that guy. You remind me a lot of him. You're explosive with the ball. You're able to make plays. And like you said, defensively is where you'll get challenged more at the next level. And I'm excited to see you continue to strive and work at that. But we also have a guy on the phone that has experienced something that none of us have ever experienced, and that's leading his team to a Final Four this season. The first time in 55 years that Loyola of Chicago made it to the Final Four. And the reason behind that, the straw that stirred the drink, was Clayton Custer. Let me talk about this kid really quick before I introduce you to him. He's only lost 6 games in high school, 94-6 in high school. Only lost that many times. I mean, you think about 4 years and losing 6 times. And then you back that up with a Final Four appearance in college. That's just a fantastic thing. Clayton Custer, welcome to the show. I need to know, what's the mindset behind all the success that you do?
I mean, I think the biggest thing is, just moving on. You have one success, you want to continue to get better. And I think a big thing is that, I mean, you're never satisfied. You want to be one of the next things, stay hungry. I've always been around winning. I mean, I feel like my whole life I've been on teams that have won. So, I don't know. I mean, you also have to have good teammates around you too. So I've just been blessed to be put in situations where I feel, I don't know. I just feel like I've been in situations where I was put into a circumstance where I could be successful and kind of make players around me better. I've always been prideful on the fact that I can make other guys better. So I was extremely blessed to be on that team last year, and I was super excited, obviously, to make that Final Four run, and it was a blast.
Well, let me tell you why I really appreciate your game, Clayton, because when I watch you on film and you look at the box scores, the numbers don't jump out at you. But from a real basketball standpoint, what you do is that you're always in the right place at the right time. You're always making the right play. You're putting your teammates in positions to score, and W's just follow your name. I didn't even say this earlier, but 2 state titles in high school, a Final Four appearance in college. That's just tremendous, and what you just said speaks volume of the never satisfied mentality and always putting your teammates first. Let's switch over. I love to talk about great shooters. You guys know when I played, I considered myself a great shooter, but now on the phone with this guy, I can't keep up with this guy myself. Fletcher, we all can agree here that Fletcher is probably the best jump shooter in college basketball, and it's a reason behind that. Fletcher, what's your secret to being a great jump shooter? We want to know the regimen. Let us in on a secret.
There's no really secret recipe. I think that to be a great shooter, you gotta practice the kind of shots you're gonna shoot in the game. So like for me, I'll just practice shooting off different angles, fading away different ways, maybe shooting with a little bit different arcs and stuff. and then it's trying to simulate that there's like a long guy on me, that kind of stuff. And then I think just like playing one-on-one, like, you know, like getting different kinds of looks and contests and stuff like that can really just kind of get you a body in like live defense. I feel like that kind of helps you a lot too.
Yeah, and when I watch you on film, and especially last year against North Carolina, I mean, you display how you were able to get your shot off against any type of defender, and you just have this rare ability to stay accurate, even though it looks like you're off balance. But to you, it's a really good shot, and you've been able to make play after play doing that. It's a really a tremendous type of skill that you have. I want to get to Mike really quick. Mike, you talked about the NBA GMs and the feedback that you got in regards to, you know, trimming down. And I've heard that you're down to 230 pounds, a little bit under 7% body fat. Tell us how you got to that stage, and how does your body feel right now at that weight? Because I like you there.
Yeah, you know, it was definitely a process to get down there. Right after the season, I went vegan for a couple of months and was able to kind of drop a lot of baby fat I still have in my body. And you know, like you said, I was able to lose such good weight and keep my muscle mass on. You know, I'm 7% body fat, but my muscle mass stayed the same. And for me right now, you know, I feel super explosive, much more athletic than I did, you know, this past season when I was in around 255.
Yeah.
And you know, for me right now, I'm just trying to find that weight where I'm still, you know, able to take advantage of a mismatch problem I have, and then be able to be as explosive as I can be.
I think you're quicker. You're able to play multiple positions, and when you look at what you've accomplished over your 3 years at SDSU, it's been tremendous. I think you will go down. I'm going to take that back. Not think you will go down. You will go down as one of the most decorated college players that we've ever seen. So continue to work hard and put yourself in position, and things will continue to flourish with you. I want to talk to my point guards here though. Guys, Clayton, Justin, and John, you guys shared an experience this summer. You were at the CP3 Elite Camp. Tell me how that was. I'm going to start with you, Justin. Tell me how that experience was to be at CP3 Camp.
It definitely was a blessing to be there, especially being around like very knowledgeable people and just learning how to actually play the game and how to see the way that Chris Paul sees the floor and other people see the floor. It was a great experience just to be there, be around those guys, to be honest.
What about you, John?
Like you said, I mean, it was just a phenomenal experience. I mean, taking away the things, listening to him talk about breaking down pick and roll reads, setting guys up, knowing when, time and place, just how he read the game at the different levels that most people ever have. I mean, so just listening to him talk and then being matched up with some of these guys, getting to know Justin, getting to know Clayton, was just a phenomenal experience. Because I mean, those were mostly the top guards in the country, all there going at it for a couple of days. Getting a little bit of Jordan gear here and there wasn't bad, but it was just a fun, phenomenal experience. I think I took away a lot, and I'm really glad I got invited. That was a blessing, and it was definitely a fun experience.
How about you, Clayton? How was that experience for you?
Just like they said, I mean, I was just very, I was excited to be invited. Chris Paul's my favorite player in the NBA now, that's for sure. But just watching the way the film sessions were probably my favorite part. Okay. Just watching him come off pick and rolls and having him talk through what he's thinking about when he's coming on pick and rolls. I've always kind of like tried to be a good pick and roll player, so just listening to him talk about what he thinks about, I think was really beneficial for me. I don't know if it's beneficial for me this year in college because of the way they guard ball screens in the NBA. It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
But I mean, just like maybe next time in a summer league situation, I think it's stuff that all of us could use. And I don't know, it was definitely a very good learning experience for all of us.
when you're sitting at home on a cold, snowy night in January and you start flicking through the channels looking for college basketball, you may come across a South Dakota State, a Hofstra, Marshall, Wofford, or Loyola of Chicago. Instead of scrolling past those teams and conferences, you may want to leave it on that channel, and you could be witnessing one of college basketball's most decorated players and teams. I'll leave you with this. Everything that glitters isn't gold, and everything that's gold doesn't always glitter. Thank you for joining me at Sports Talk 2319.
I risk it all just to reach these heights. I can never let them dim these lights. I grind sunrise through street lights. Ain't a speck of fear in these eyes. You couldn't take a step in these mics. Never slipping, cause every single day another star is born. Lord had mercy, then Rashad was born. Code name Yoda, all around scorer. Originator of the snapback crossover. Sports Talk Show 2319. Putting the unseen in that ultralight beam. Analytic like a mathematician. Mad prediction of players, draft positions. If you can't tune in, set the DVR. He set with Skip, Hurd, and Chris Broussard. The focus is hoops, known and unnotables too. Welcome to the hottest show without further ado. Rashad. They said the odds, I defied it though. I'm undeniable. I put in work. Can't let the weakness define me though. Soon as I find it though, I put in work. I level up cause I'm grinding though. This can't be guarded cause I put in work. Whose stock is falling and rising though. If you just gotta know, come get this work.